Good morning, everybody. Dylan, welcome. Sandra Martin. First in chat was YKB. Thank you, Dolly. A few things in music history today. This day, August 7th, 1996, ZZ Top's album's Eliminator is certified diamond. It has sold 10 million copies in the US. Lindsey Buckingham blows up at a band meeting in 1987 this day and leaves the band for 10 years. He returns in 1997. This day, 71, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart hits number one by the Bee Gees. In 1965, the Turtles release It Ain't Me, Babe, which was a big hit. And in 1960, if you're a fan of Bananarama, Jacqueline O'Sullivan is born in Hendon, London, England. 57, Paul Anka makes his U.S. television appearance for the first time. He sings Diana on American Bandstand. YKB. And a British band, UFO, which I think should be better known than they are here in the States. 1951, this day, that band member Pete Way is born in Enfield, North London. And I didn't know BJ Thomas was this old. BJ was born this day, 1942, in Hugo, Oklahoma. And if you guys remember a group called the Tams, 1936, Tams member Charles Pope was born in Atlanta, Georgia. Sharon. Good afternoon, Sharon. And when Kathy shows up, everybody wish her grandson Abel a happy birthday. And YKB, remember this Nightbot command. Anybody can do it. YKB, Roger Blair, any of you guys, anybody in chat can do the Nightbot commands. So Sharon, I know you're working on something. What's your agenda for today? See, I knew Sharon was busy. Sharon is a hard worker. Ah, yes, the blanket. I look forward to seeing the end results of the blanket when you're done. Well, Sharon, I appreciate if you do that. And if it doesn't work, don't stress over it. It might be the file size is too big. Just lower the resolution because some of the emails systems they have limits on the file sizes. But the general rule around here: stress free. We don't need any stress. This is for people to ease into their day, relax during their lunch, or relax at the end of a long day at work. And I had hoped WTF Mike would have told us how he did fishing yesterday. I heard from him that he and his dad had each caught one, but they were still on the lake when that was going on. So hopefully they had a really good day. I know, Sharon. I know all too well. One day when you have time, we'll get you to come backstage and we'll play a little stupid game that might help the pain. It kind of depends on what it is, but doesn't cost anything to try other than 3 minutes of your time. And if it helps, that would be great. And like I said, it's No drugs, just a silly little game to play, and it takes about 2 or 3 minutes to play the game. Oh, yeah, it is. Because if nothing else, you'll get a laugh out of it. Uh, it's mainly for headaches, but I have adapted it to other stuff, and it seems to work surprisingly well. Because you know me, I don't like taking drugs. I prefer natural stuff. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but nature is better. Well, I try not to have any stress, drama, uh, any of that stuff. Because, like I say, you know, there's enough of that out in the world that we have no control over. Here, different story. And you know, Sharon, uh, I have always maintained that attitude, and friends of mine would come over, and they they would be just sitting in the living room and fall asleep. And a couple of my friends, they would call me up and they go, "Hey, can I borrow your couch?" They couldn't sleep at home, so they'd just come over and crash on the couch. Oh no, yeah, that's see. Hey, Soul Star, and welcome. It's been too long, been just too long, Soul Star. Uh, Sharon, I've heard about that. Oh no. See, I take it, but I don't take it every day, and I try to take it with black pepper because for some reason, uh, I just I don't know why, but black pepper and turmeric together seem to be more effective. And like I say, it's not for everybody, but it's easy. And if you like Indian food, you're going to get it. You know, you're going to get a good dose of it on Indian food, and it tastes good. That's it, Soul Star. And this is for entertainment purposes only. We do not even pretend to be a doctor or pharmacist. We highly recommend you check with your pharmacist about interactions of anything you're taking. and your mileage may vary. But I mean, that's why I drink the coffee. Uh, I don't like coffee that much. In the wintertime, I like that it's warm, and I always like the caffeine. But I just I'd rather drink coffee than take the drugs for my asthma. Yeah, I know, Sharon. But everybody's different. And that's why I say your mileage may vary, because I just don't believe in one size fits all. I mean, there are several circumstances where one thing works for a whole lot of people, but there's almost always an exception. Treezilla's got smoke coming out his forehead and a wisp of smoke floating down from his mouth. Soul Star, what else might be helpful to Sharon that would reduce inflammation? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Yeah, yeah, I know, Sharon. I grew up with allergies. When they did the back scratch on me, the doctor looked at the results and he said, usually I tell people what they're allergic to. In your case, uh, I'm going to tell you the seven things you're not allergic to. Out of 250 things they tested me for, or over 200, I think it was 250. I was pretty young. He said there was seven things I was not allergic to. He said basically, if it's not nailed down, you're allergic to it. Yeah, Soul Star, and you know there are different versions of magnesium that affect people differently. Like certain people who have trouble getting with trips to the bathroom, there's certain magnesium things that they shouldn't have. And then there's some other, and I can't remember the suffixes to magnesium, but others actually help those people go and whatnot. I mean, people need to realize uh, hundreds of years ago, when people had a headache, they would go to a specific tree and start chewing on the leaves, and it would relieve their headache. Well, guess what? The stuff from that tree is what they use to make aspirin. Okay, yeah, I should have known citrate, because there's a citrate that they give you to aid when they're going to do the inspection of the colon. And music, I mean, if you're listening to music that you enjoy, I think that helps a lot too, because being in a good frame of mind and just enjoying stuff really helps you. And that's the one that I take because I sleep very little. Yesterday I was dead tired, and I probably slept 4.5 hours last night. But I'm relaxed, trust me. Raven, what's up? Been too long since I've seen you, Raven. And absolutely, Soul Star. Uh, and check with your pharmacist, because the pharmacist knows way more about interactions, because you can take some supplements and they do not work with any certain medications. So even your supplements, check it out with the pharmacist. Raven was sporting his Raven shirt this morning. I would like to find a place that does quality shirts and coffee mugs and stuff like that that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Uh, because I would like to have a few T-shirts and coffee cups made, but I just don't like the high prices. And one of the local pharmacists had a really good deal on cups that were I thought they were pretty good quality. They were heavy, thick cups, and they told me I had to go online and order them. And I come home, I went online, and it would not give me the discount. Yeah, that's right, Soul Star. And of all of those things that I was allergic to out in nature, they have never found a drug that I have an allergic reaction to. They've been able to give me every drug known to the pharmaceutical world, legal drug, and I have never had a bad reaction. The I did get given oxycodone one time, and I took one, and I said, "Buddy, never give me this again." And I told him I wanted something that I had taken in the past because it works very well. It's inexpensive, uh, and they don't make it anymore because the patent has run out and they can't make money off of it. Somewhere there's got to be a drug company that would make stuff where the patent is gone, and because I know most of the time when you buy your vitamins, there's only a handful of places that makes the vitamins. They just throw a different label. And and you see, that's natural, Raven. Except for inhaling the smoke, I have no problems with that because I bartended for a long time, and people drinking alcohol. always gave me way more trouble than people who were smoking. There was one guy smoking, and he became paranoid, and his paranoia was what made him less than agreeable. And if it works for you and it's legal where you're at, more power to you. I just don't. I don't agree with inhaling smoke. But you know what? They have this thing called gummies. So save your lungs. Get a gummy. Raven, congratulations, and I think that is fantastic. Oh, you didn't have to tell me that, Raven. Uh, I don't want you to get in trouble, Raven. Remove that line, please. Because I don't want anybody to get in trouble. They had some, the place that I have Amazon shipped to, because I don't want them leaving it on my front porch, because you never know when they're going to show up. And I don't want it sitting on the front porch and me not at home. So I have it delivered to this place in this town nearby, and it's a little shop, and they sell gummies. They had some that was THC free, no THC at all, but it had the other parts. And I tried a couple of them to see if it would help me sleep, and it had no effect on me whatsoever. And I think that's partly because with the asthma and everything, and all the drugs, the pharmaceutical drugs they gave me growing up, uh, they just don't affect me. It's like people can take Benadryl and they're asleep in no time. If I take brand name Benadryl, it's like I've had nothing. I can function 100% normal. But the big box store, Costco, they have their no name brand of Benadryl, and buddy, if I take two of those, I'm out. Raven, that's exactly what I'm saying. When I was bartending, it was I couldn't tell you the number of times that people tried to engage in fisticuffs. And my biggest worry was when they got hit, uh, where the spew would go. Because usually they would either fall down and throw up, or they'd throw up as going down. And I didn't care to get that all over me. But yeah, uh, I know this woman. She is, yeah, exactly, Soul Star. But I think part of paranoia is that it's not legal. You know, I don't think that might not be all of it, but you know, but she she was a good person and everything, she could have a drink of this or a drink of that, and she was just fine and she was friendly and nice. But Lord help you if she ever had a shot of tequila. Mike, what's going on? Mike, how was the fishing yesterday? I crashed last night. I was laying in bed, almost asleep, and the phone rang. And when I got off the phone, I went to sleep. But hey, the birds kicked in. That's a good thing. So back to the story of that lady. Different people, I don't know why, but it's all alcohol, but different alcohols done. They do people different. Some people can drink anything but rum. Some people can drink anything but Everclear. It's strange. 3 to 1. So you caught 3 times as many, or you caught three and he caught one. And are you going to get that stuff in the mail today, Mike? Okay, because I know you at one time you said it was 1 to 1, so I guess you caught two more. I think I need to change that one. Change one thing about it. Let's do this real quick. Okay, got that updated. So, Mr. Mike, what's going on today? Are you fishing again? Going working the fields? Working on the pickup truck? Mike's always busy with something. Like Sharon's always busy with something. Mr. Lee. Yeah, nah, you didn't miss everything, Mr. Lee, but you come close to missing a lot. I was wore out last night, Mr. Lee, and I was listening to the show and I was almost asleep, and the phone rang. So between being sleepy and the phone, I missed everything, or the last half or something. Raven and Mr. Lee and Sharon too, maybe. You guys familiar with the music group UFO? They're a British band. Oh, geez, Mike. Oh, okay. He must have come on after I got the phone call. And this morning there was a couple of people live, so I tried to support them a little bit. And I was doing the music history research and a couple other things. And speaking of, this day, 1965, Herman's Hermits. I'm Henry the Eighth. I am. Takes the number one position here in America. This day, 1963, Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello. They opened in theaters in the movie Beach Party. And any and every reason you could imagine in the early 60s, they had teenagers on the beach singing and dancing. They did Lights Out, Doctor Doctor, and Rock Bottom. They're the three songs that's the biggest that I know of, but they weren't all that big here in the States. And the big thing, 1981, this day, released in theaters the animated movie Heavy Metal. And I have never seen it. I ought to try to watch that one day because it's got some good groups doing the soundtrack. Really good groups. Charlie, what's up? That's it. That's it, Mike. Exactly. Second verse, same as the first. And you know that song was from a song from 1910. They used Burton. Watch it be one of those movies that I see the movie and I start kicking myself for not watching it sooner. Yeah, that could be it, Mr. Lee. And whatever trips your trigger, that's what you need to be doing. But UFO has a fantastic guitarist. Unfortunately, he had problems with drugs, and thank goodness he survived. His name is Michael Shankner, I believe. Super skinny dude, but he can flat out play a guitar. Madness. I'm familiar with a group called Madness, but I haven't heard them mentioned since the '80s. Raven's seen some good concerts. Raven, ACDC was playing in Charlotte. It's probably 2 hours from me, and the Pretty Reckless was opening for them, and I found a ticket for like less than $80, and the problem was I could not find a hotel that was within walking distance of there because I was not going to drive through all that traffic before and after the show. But I would have really liked to have seen that particular show because the Pretty Reckless, they do a really good job. And of course, ACDC is just an all time classic band. Oh, yeah. Uh, they, I mean, I've seen some recent videos and they're still putting on a really good show. But I mean, like I said, it if I could have gotten closer within walking distance, so I wouldn't have to drive through all that traffic. And Metallica, yeah. Although I've heard some stories that James Hetfield isn't the nicest of people. is like we were talking earlier, Raven, Richie Blackmore, which is founding member to both Deep Purple and Rainbow. Uh, he did not have a good reputation. There, I heard several accounts where he spat on his fans, and you just don't do that. Uh, Ronnie James Dio, when he sang for the group, somebody asked him about what he thought of Richie Blackmore, and basically, I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, you know, some people teach you more what not to do than what to do. So I got to give Ronnie credit for, you know, having a positive answer to a negative subject. And that's true. Some people teach you what you should do, and some people teach you what not to do. Yeah, Raven, I understand. There was this little place in Winston-Salem, and they, I mean, little. It was called Beatty's Back Street, and they had some of the best bands that to come there. Asleep at the Wheel came there, and I'm not a country music fan, but they did a really good job, and I enjoyed them. And I saw a couple of groups there. Mike, yeah, sometimes. uh, usually when I went to your bands out at clubs and everything, yeah, my ears would be ringing the next day for sure. And when your ears are ringing, that means you're losing some of your hearing. Geez, Raven. I saw who, who was it? They talking in your sleep. I saw that group there at that little place, and that was because they were having issues with their record company, so they had to tour smaller venues. Raven, I would like your opinion of Alex Van Halen and the beginning of Hot for Teacher. What do you think about that drum intro? Because I heard some drummers talking about it, and they practiced for months to get the pattern down, and then they had to practice more to get the speed correct. Yeah, Iron Maiden, that was a power group for sure. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Marilyn Manson, but when Alice Cooper was he was being interviewed, and this would have been the '80s, late '80s, maybe whenever Marilyn Manson first came on the scene, and they asked him, "What do you think about Marilyn Manson?" And Cooper said, put on lots of makeup and adopt a girl's name. Sounds familiar." Yeah, now I like Thin Lizzy. Uh, the boys are back in town. I don't care what anybody says. That is a really good tune. The music's good. The singing's good. Everything comes together. If I could have seen Alice Cooper when he could actually still sing, because I've seen a few videos of him singing live, and he doesn't do that good. Him and with Nita Strauss on lead guitar with Alice. Now that would have been a great show because Nita Strauss, she's an excellent guitarist. I think that's her name. Her last name's Strauss. I think her first name is Nita. Yeah, and if a band sounds close to the way they sound on a record, that's great. But when they just sound terrible, bleh, that's it, Mr. Lee. And Nita Strauss lead into that. If you look up on YouTube, uh, Cooper, Poison, and Nita Strauss, and watch her lead into that song, that is fantastic. And geez, that was a long time ago. That was close to 1990. It was his comeback, a big comeback song. Uh, Raven, I understand. Yeah, Mike. That see, I, they got to have the talent. They've really got. Boston sounded live just like they did on their records. Fleetwood Mac sounded live just like they did on their records. Uh, of course, the Eagles they were probably a little better live than they were on their records. I saw the Eagles twice, and I've seen Fleetwood Mac four times, maybe five times. And another person I saw live was that did a pretty good job. Um, oh, his name eludes me. He does Texas blues kind of stuff. Yeah, he cleaned up his act. He was a heavy drinker. His dad is a preacher. There was a guy. He was past his popular days. Delbert McClinton. I saw him live probably three times because he did pretty good in the clubs around here, but they were small clubs. Yeah, I only know a couple of songs by the Black Crowes. Let's see here. Who else? Firefall was as good live as they were on their albums. Uh, America, they were as good live as they were on the albums. And the Hollies, I really liked the Hollies. You know, their lead singer, he is so underrated. But I bet he was. You know, everybody's. I've heard rumors that he's a little uppity, but his dad was an orchestra conductor or something like that. So until Aerosmith became very very popular, he was. That's right, Sharon. A lot were. Mike, I've never seen that movie, but I'll take your word for it. But oh geez, who else did I see that I really liked them? Eric Johnson could play guitar live as good as he sounds on his records. And I just don't understand why Eric Johnson wasn't bigger because he was a very good guitarist, and most other guitarists, you know, pay him, really high respect. Oh, Randy Meisner. I saw him. Uh, I won tickets to see him, and he had two hit songs. Yeah, that's true, Sharon. And see, that starts getting into the negative side of the music business. Uh, American Bandstand, if a group appeared on there, Dick Clark wanted part of their action. He had people pretty much lip syncing on his show because he wanted it to sound, just like the records. I, um, I saw Kansas, but there was very few of the original members left in the band, and they sounded really good. Mr. Lee, you have a good day. Thanks for stopping in. Be safe. Have fun. And then yeah, Millie Vanilli came out, and it was two dancers lip syncing to somebody else's singing. I mean, it that really ticked people off. And then you got the auto tune where it was correcting the mistakes of the singers. It's like, no, 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 no. When and this was in the '60s. If you watch a live performance of the Righteous Brothers, even though it was only one of them singing, uh, the, the, that was just amazing, and Most people hearing it for the first time today, younger people, they're brought to tears most of the time. But and when I went to see Fleetwood Mac for the first time, I think I paid $7 for the ticket. And $7 was worth a lot more then than it is today. But still, an album was going to cost uh, $5 to $7 if it was a new album, and it wasn't so bad. But when the tickets got into the $30 and $40 range, I got to be a little more discriminating about who I would go and see live, because you could buy CDs and listen to the CDs forever and a day, as opposed to seeing the band one time. The British band, the Struts, I wanted to go see them, but when I learned about them and started looking up where they were touring here in the States, they were playing small venues. And I missed them by about a week in Johnson City, Tennessee. They were performing there, and it would have been $20 to see them. So I looked up their schedule, and they were coming to Charleston, South Carolina, which Charleston was close enough. I could drive, get a hotel room, and drive back the next day. But when I first looked it up, tickets were $30. And when I found a hotel that was reasonable and checked out the location and everything, by the time I went back, it was 45. So they were really breaking into the forefront of people knowing about them. But I think they got some really good music. Could have been me. I don't like the music video, but because the first part of the music video is acting and useless. Put Your Money on Me. That's a good one. In Love with a Camera. Kiss This. Uh, they've got some good songs out there. Raven going too? Oh no, Raven's still here. He was just saying bye to Mr. Lee. I hope. I saw a Pink Floyd laser light show, but I've never seen Pink Floyd live. Going to see Boston got me into a little bit of warm water. Some might say hot water. Mike's been all around the world. I bet he's seen some good concerts. Bet he's seen some crazy concerts. YKB. Wow, 49%. I checked Boone earlier and they were at 96%, and Wilmington was at 96%. Boone was in the mid 60s, and Wilmington before 8 o'clock, they were already like 77 or something. Well, I appreciate you checking back in. Hopefully, I can get all my running around done today, and I'll be able to catch some of Mike's show this afternoon. Wow, 76. That's warm for you guys, isn't it? 33% humidity. uh, the thing about Boston is the music was so good. It hid, in my opinion, it hid how good the lead singer was. Teacher Chrissy. Yeah, that was Chicago, I think. Kathy Bates. Thanks, Soul Star. You didn't do anything bad, YKB, that I know of. More than a feeling. Foreplay, long time. Take me home tonight. Uh, Smoking. You probably know smoking. I think more than a feeling was their biggest hit. They had a song Amanda that was on, I think, third stage. Uh, Now the band that really is huge, and they only have one song that I can think of that you can dance to. Journey. All the Journey songs, they don't have a beat that lends themselves to be a dance tune. So the people who go to see Journey and Journey tribute bands, they want to hear the band because they're not there to dance. And I think the one song they got that's good to dance to is a slow song. Kathy, you got your grandson with you? Is he celebrating his birthday with you or elsewhere? Actually, Mike, Heart's Crazy on You was the song that I would use to test headphones and speakers because of the range. I knew what it was supposed to sound like, and I used it to test out equipment. Well, you tell him we all said happy birthday because I'm pretty sure today's his birthday. Abel, right? Yeah, I think some of their earlier stuff was pretty good. Doobie Brothers are great. Long Train Running. And China Grove, we talked about that the other day. There, apparently, they drove through one of the China Groves in Texas or drove by it, and the guy didn't even realize he had seen a town named China Grove. It just worked out when he was writing the music. Okay, thanks, Kathy. And uh, but there's four China Groves in Texas, and then there's China Grove, North Carolina, and a few other states have a China Grove. Yeah, the traveling Wilburys. I've heard some stories about them. Uh, if you can imagine George Harrison, Tom Petty, and Jeff Lynne being starstruck when oh geez, this is not good. Roy Orbison came walking into the room because they were all fans of Roy Orbison, and they were talking about how nervous they were when Roy came into the room. And you know Jeff Lynne and Tom Petty and come on, George Harrison. You know they were all huge. Boston favorite wine, more than a feeling. Yeah. Well, Boston is a port city. Uh-oh. Boston had some rocking songs though. Smoking was a pretty hot song. And that's another case of the record companies, messing with the bands. Uh, oh geez, what was her name? She does more country and blues type music than pop music. Thank you, Teacher Crizzy. Bonnie Raitt. I saw her live. Of all places, Greensboro and Winston Salem used to have like street parties. They last like 3 days, and they would have groups playing. And Bonnie Raitt was one of the performers at a free concert in Greensboro, and she sounded as good or better live than she did on records. She was doing that. Uh, she was performing just as one of her albums was making it big. So I'm sure she had agreed to the show before the album was a big hit or started to be a big hit. And Bonnie could play guitar rather well. Raven, take care. Thank you very much. I had to take that call real quick. Roger Blair. Roger was up early. Uh, Frank, what's up, buddy? Uh, Mike, I'm trying to think. Nick of Time is the one that comes to mind first. I think she did a thing called Love, and those are the only ones I can think of. She did one like, uh, I think it was like Have a Heart or something like that. Frank, you know any Bonnie Raitt songs besides Nick of Time? Because I'm not overly familiar. I would call Nick of Time probably her biggest hit, and I really like the music to that particular song. Okay, and Frank, we were covering one of those lesser known singers. That's a fantastic singer. That would be the lead singer for Boston. Just something else. But the music was so good, it kind of hid the fact a little bit. May he rest in peace. Oh, good. That means Maggie gets her bacon. Well, I guess I'm going to have to just look it up. Well, there's got a lot of concerts by her. Oh, geez. Oh, I Can't Make You Love Me. That was a big hit by her. Yeah, Brad Delp. Exactly. Bradley was a good singer. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, her hair looked better than she did. Yes, I do. The boys are back in town. We were actually talking about Thin Lizzy before you came in to chat. And that, see, the boys are back in town. That's another one of those songs that's got some really good music to the lyrics. Roger Blair, you are right, and I did not think of that one. Something to talk about. Yeah, she had some pretty decent songs. She was a very mellow artist, I would say. Oh, don't worry about it, Kathy. Talking about the same thing more than once is no big deal. I mean, if it's good, it's good now and later. Just letting you know you were on topic. That's all I was saying. And now I got that playing in my brain again. So anybody, don't be concerned about bringing up something and it had already been talked about it because yeah, it's no big deal. It goes to the fact that most of the good music is older music. Oh, I heard something on the news the other day. The top five songs, uh, the top five songs right now on the charts are country music songs. I heard the other day the top three were country music, and now it's the top five. Yeah, that's a good song too. The Boys Are Back in Town was a bigger hit, I think. I know. See, Roger, that's the thing. We'll sit around and we'll start talking about something. One thing will lead to another, and we'll remember stuff that we hadn't thought of in a long while, or we'll learn something new. It's like Raven was talking about Madness, and I hadn't thought about that group in decades. Yeah, Kathy, they had some really good. Mike, who did that? Barbara Mandrell. I was country when country wasn't cool. Well, we know what Mike's going to be talking about on his show this afternoon. He's going to be retelling Kathy stories. Oh, yeah, that was something else. the hair bands, I never got into them all that much in the 80s. But if their music got played on MTV, probably half of the songs that MTV played, I liked them. You know, Poison had a few, Great White had a few. See, Kathy, you have a fan. I don't know, Kathy. Mike loves telling Kathy stories. And by the way, speaking of performing live and doing a good job, uh, Frank can play guitar and sing quite well. So you might want to check out some of his stuff. Yeah, all the Mandrell sisters could sing, every last one of them. And I think at least two of them could play steel guitar very well. See, I told you, Kathy. Kathy can tell funny stories, but Mike takes them to a whole nother level, big time. Oh, the breeze is picking up. I got to finish mowing this morning. Oh, I can't finish mowing this morning. I got to go get gas for the mower. Duh. We shall see, Kathy. We shall see. It's funny. He tells it. Kathy will tell a story, and then Mike will retell the story, and the subject stays the exact same, and everything is the exact same, but he just uses different words and makes it hilarious. Yeah, he'll talk a little bit about the fishing because he caught more fish than his dad did. And you know, Mike, I just, working on the truck and whatnot, I just don't enjoy that like I used to. Uh, yeah, Kathy. Kathy, did you ever see that episode of the Beverly Hillbillies when Flat and Scruggs was on the show and they had some fancy concert violinist and he was all uppity about this, that, and the other thing. And then he found out how much Flat and Scruggs earned. And he changed real quick from playing the violin to playing the fiddle. Oh, absolutely. That's seeing these younger people react to Charlie Daniels. The devil went down to Georgia, and I don't know. I don't know if they're acting or if they're being honest, but their eyes light up and they're going, "He's spitting bars," because pretty much Daniels was rapping. Mike says, me and YKB are trying to pass a law called Fred's Law. It's where animals can pass through Ohio without fear of certain kind of harassment. Oh, Kathy, last night, I cannot watch Andy Griffith uh, it, unless I'm just in the right frame of mind. I just can't watch it because it is so wrong. It makes my teeth hurt. It's so sweet. But last night I turned the TV on and the it was episode of Mayberry where Gomer was joining the Marines, and I had to watch a few minutes of it. It was hilarious. Well, if all your bacon's gone, Maggie must be full. Flat and Scruggs did a good version of Rocky Top. It's used to be it was hard to find. I think you can find it on YouTube pretty easy now. But sometimes I like their version better. Sometimes I like the Osborne brothers better. And that was an episode of Counting Cars. The guy whose parents wrote Rocky Top, he was having a car redone, and they put Rocky Top, the music notes on his car. We do not want any harm coming to any animals anywhere, anytime. Yeah, it was funny. The first time that and when I was a kid, the family watched it every episode because we're from well, we lived in and around Mount Airy for a good number of years, and Mount Airy is where Andy was born. There you go, Mike. We got to protect all moose everywhere. Uh, and so the family watched it growing up big time. we always made a joke about how the accent on the TV show was not the accent here. But the first time I heard Jim Neighbors sing, for real sing, oh my goodness. Yeah, what kind of attack are we talking about, Kathy? Hmm? YKB, exactly. Define attack. Because I'm pretty sure that's a song. I think Cameo did it. Attack Me With Your Love. I think there's a different word to be inserted there instead of attacked. It was a friendly moose. Oh, this morning, I I don't know why Dolly didn't catch on, but there was a guy in her chat that was pretty much saying that what Kathy said, and it went right over her head. Oh, there's so many bad jokes there, guys. I'm not going to go there. Fred, R.I.P. Yep. Oh, so many bad jokes there. Just teed up. I mean, just not even softball, T-ball. Hey, Mike, what do you think about that guy who's putting up $10 million to have the high school boys play the winning WNBA team, and he wants to start the first trans WNBA team in Nashville. It's hilarious. Oh, and you guys playing next week, the 12th. Uh, the Perseids meteor shower is coming through. Hopefully, we'll have a clear night. They're expecting like 100 meteors per hour. I know Mike. He's not going to let it go. He'll be there. He'll be talking about just this. Kathy, I'm going to save that for Mike's show. Yeah, the night of the 12th. Yeah, there's going to be a partial eclipse. We will see what takes place. In August. It's the Perseus meteor shower, and anytime we have these, people, go nuts trying to. Oh, this is terrible. Blah 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 blah. Oh, probably about 3 or 4 minutes. We'll be closing this out because I've got to go and get gas and then get back and get the mowing completed. I mowed until it started raining or was almost raining yesterday. It looked like it was about to start any minute. Hopefully, the grass is dry. I got the thickest, worst part yesterday. YKB, remind Mike to get his shipments made. Get the stuff in the mail. 90% is pretty good. Oh, that's too funny. Now I've got the Blues Brothers movie playing in my head. Kathy, we appreciate you being such a good sport. And we really appreciate you telling us all your animal tales. Uh-oh. YKB, whatever you said, Nightbot really didn't like it. You got timed out for 5 seconds. That's all. It's the end of the program anyway. So uh, hopefully we'll see y'all tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. And YKB can tell you on Mike's show this afternoon. Hopefully he'll be there. As always, I hope only kind words come your way and some comedy lines every once in a while to make you laugh. So everybody go and have the day that you deserved, and we will hopefully, as I say, catch y'all tomorrow night.